Welcome to the Fermented Homestead. If you're new here, my name's Anna, and on this channel, I'm sharing our journey of learning how to turn our home into a homestead. Today, I want to bring you along and share with you our seed haul this year. We got seeds from 3 different companies, and I'm going to show you everything that we got, because we got a whole bunch of seeds. So, this is our, if you're new here, this is our second year gardening on our homestead. We have a fairly large garden, mostly raised beds with a big in-ground section for a bunch of like squash and things like that. So I have a pretty large garden, and that will definitely reflect in the seed ordering. And this is our second year doing this garden. We moved here last year at the end of last year. So we moved in the winter, and then we had the summer, and now we're coming up on our second spring. If you guys are new here, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below, and you can join us for all sorts of videos. We do mostly food preservation, a lot of canning, dehydrating, and freezing videos, and canning, dehydrating, fermenting, that's the most important one. Hello, Fermented Homestead. And then we also have the occasional garden and chicken video, kind of just depending on how well the garden's going. And so let's go ahead and get started on opening these awesome seeds. I'm going to share with you all of the prettiness. Okay, so I ordered from 3 different places. I ordered from Seed Savers Exchange, MIGardener, and Baker's Creek. So I just ordered on all of them. The ones that had the stuff that I wanted, I got from that place, and whichever one was cheaper and had the best, seed count on them, that's the one that I ordered. And this is definitely not going to be the only things I'm going to order this year. I am quite confident I will probably order more very, very soon, because I have a problem. So first one we're going to open is Baker Creek. We're going to be starting some seeds a little bit later today, so make sure you stay tuned for the next video, and I will show you what I'm going to be starting today and how I'm going to be starting it. If you caught my previous video, I showed you guys how I was starting to plant seeds last year. That video was very delayed, and I'll go ahead and link that video up here if you're interested. That is a great way to start seeds. I'm going to experiment this time around with another way of doing it that's a little bit more people in the suburb kind of friendly. Like, you don't have to go to the landscape yard and fill up your pickup truck with a bunch of dirt, but it's still a fairly inexpensive way to do it. So make sure you stay tuned for that, for another idea on how you can make your own seed starting mix without costing a fortune. So anyways, let's go ahead and open these seeds, shall we? Okay, and also this order is definitely not, last year I did my first seed haul video, and that was humongous. I'll link that video up here as well. This one is not going to be quite as big, mostly because all the seed prices went up, and it stopped me from being able to order all the stuff I wanted. So I forgot some of the stuff that I actually got, so I'm going to be just as excited as you are. So we got these kind of sorted and organized, kind of based on genre. This is about how many we have from Baker's Creek. And so the first one here is Tiger Melons. I got this one because the Stivers Homestead raves about it, and I thought, of course, I have to give it a try. And then we have Sakta's Sweet Melon and Chrysanthemum, Kiku Chrysanthemum Melon. And then we have Gaillardia and Moldavian Dragon Head Balm. That one looks really pretty. And then we have some Zloty Lawn Chamomile. I have the German chamomile, whatever, I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know if there's a difference between them, but I wanted more chamomile. So, and then we got some early purple Vienna kohlrabi. I grew some kohlrabi last year, but it ended up mostly just all going to the rabbits, and I forgot about it. So we're gonna try it again. We have some Fiat Alpha cucumbers, of course. That is a Stivers Homestead recommendation. And then my dad really likes Boston pickling cucumbers, or no, I can't remember who. Anyways, I just got some pickling cucumbers. I wanted some variety. And then we got some Mexican sour gherkin. I grew these ones last year, but I have issues with sun and exposure in my garden, and I think I just didn't plant it in the right spot. So I didn't actually get to eat any. And then we have some Lucky Tiger tomatoes. These ones look really neat. And some Berkeley tie-dye pink. I have the green Berkeley tie-dye, and it is delicious, so I had to give that one a try. And some blue cranberries. I have some from last year, and they were really good, so I ordered some more. And Bosque Blue Bumblebee. I don't think I've tried this one. I tried one that looked similar to that, but I don't think it was that one. And then again, the Berkeley tie-dye green, because we ran out. And then some carbon tomato. That one's really good. Ran out of that one, so reordered it. And then we got some autumn giant leeks and some Brunswick onion. These ones definitely I probably should have planted at least 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I didn't have them. So we're just gonna do the best we can. And last year we got a bunch of onions planted pretty late. It was a lot later than it should have been. And we only got like little pearl onions. So that's, they're actually over there on the table. I don't know if you can see them, but they're teeny tiny but they last forever and they still taste like an onion. So, I mean, even if we get small onions, we'll still have onions. And then we have some Zapoteg jalapeno. I don't know how to pronounce that, obviously. And then everybody on YouTube was growing these peppers last year, and I didn't order them because I didn't think they'd be very hot. But everybody says they're really hot. So, of course, I had to buy them. Sugar Rush Peach pepper. And then we have a Craig's Grande jalapeno. That one is Traditional Homestead. Traditional Homestead. What am I talking about? Living Traditions Homestead. They always grow this one. So I wanted to get that one. Then we have some Alabama Buckeye butter beans, just because I want to try some butter beans. I don't think I've ever had them. So, and then also some Chinese red noodle long beans, because they look awesome and I'm excited to have them on my arches. All right, so on to the next smallest one. This one is from MIGardener, which is so pretty good seed order. And last year I got almost all my seeds from MIGardener because they were $1 each and I could just get all of the ones that I wanted. And this year, unfortunately, he had to raise his prices, which I totally understand, but it just made it so that I couldn't get quite as many as I wanted to get. Hiding all over the place in here. So you can see I definitely still ordered quite a lot of seeds from MIGardener, just not as many as last year, which is probably just fine. So, all right, we're gonna go through these here. We have Waltham butternut winter squash. I already had those last year. Don't have enough for this year. Really like butternut squash. It's delicious. And recently, this last year, I went to the pumpkin patch and got a bunch of free different types of squashes. And we also grew several of our own. And I have come to find out that for soup, butternut squash is the best. I've tried quite a few of the different ones, and some of them are not even slightly okay, and some of them are pretty okay, but nothing has the consistency and the balance of flavor that a butternut squash has in like a squash soup. It's just nothing beats it. Just nothing. I even tried the kombucha squash, and it was just, it tasted like you dumped sugar in your soup. It was awful. And so that one is great for roasting and things like that. It's my husband's favorite because it's the sweetest. It's not my favorite because it's the sweetest. We had very different tastes with that. So anyways, Valenciano pumpkin. I have no idea. That one just looked really pretty. And then sweet dumpling squash. We have the seed and just ordering it again because I used it last year. Delicata squash, my husband's second favorite, maybe my husband's first favorite, because it's like I don't know which one he prefers. I'm pretty sure that he likes the kombucha squash better, but the delicata squash is much easier to deal with. Okay, and then Minnesota midget cantaloupe. I can't even say it. Armenian yard long. We have this one as well, but I think it was a white one. So I don't think I have that one. And then a white wonder cucumber. Said it was pretty good for canning, so that should be exciting. And a jicama. I have no idea how to grow jicama. I don't even know when I'm supposed to plant it, but I'm gonna find out today. Because I really like it. It's a very low starch kind of root vegetable, and it's good for kind of low carb stuff. So, and same thing here with a giant Prague celeriac. It says it's celery, but it's celeriac. But obviously, yeah. Anyways, hailstone radish. I love radish. It is so good. It is so good to eat it fresh. It's so good to roast it, and it's so good to ferment it. It's just, and it grows so quickly, and it'll grow anywhere. It's amazing. I love it. Watermelon radish. This stuff has some heat to it. It is really good. But the one that I had a green skin on the outside, so I'm not sure if this is the same one that I had before, but it was really good. Sparkler white tip radish. Black Spanish radish. I grew one that was like a longer, it was like a longer, like almost like a carrot kind of, but my raised beds are filled Hugo culture style, so it wasn't able to get like a super long taproot to go down. I don't know if you call it a taproot, but whatever. And then white icicle radish. This one is one of my favorite ones. It grows really quickly. It's not bitter, and it's just one of those things I go out in the garden and just pick it and eat it, and it was just delicious. Ox heart carrot. Haven't had much luck with carrots, but I'm picking the shorter stubby kinds because of what I have in my raised beds. It just makes it much easier that way. And then purple top white globe turnip and a golden ball turnip. I am currently and plan to be for approximately the next 2 years to be on the GAPS diet, and from what I have read after I did my seed order, the golden ball turnips are a bit of a higher starch kind of vegetable, and so I might not be able to actually eat them, but my husband will, and as well as the chickens and the bunnies out there, they will be able to eat it too, so we'll see. Red acre cabbage. It just looks beautiful, doesn't it? And then some Napa cabbage, because I totally want to make my kimchi. I made it once and it was amazingly delicious. I just haven't made it again, but I'm gonna bring you along and show you what I'm gonna do next time. Dragon tongue bean. Black beauty summer squash. I have a lot of zucchini seeds, but they're just kind of running low and they're getting a little bit old, so figured I'd refresh those. A golden summer zucchini squash, just a yellow squash. Pasilla bajo, I'm sorry, pepper, hot pepper. I'm not a fan of sweet peppers at all. I don't like them. I can't stand the taste. I can't stand the flavor. If it is in any sort of dish, I can tell it's there. I wish I liked it because so many people like it. I would love to be able to do like stuffed peppers and stuff like that with some sweet peppers. No, it's disgusting. And so all the stuff that I get for myself is hot peppers because I love hot peppers. And the sweet stuff my husband enjoys every once in a while, but he really likes the hot stuff too. So very few sweet peppers that we grow. San Marzano tomato. I want to make sure to get a bunch of paste tomatoes and just some stuff to throw in jars for later use. Triple crop. Everybody raves about these triple crops, so I had to get some of those. I have some from last year, but our tomato crop did not do well last year at all. It was a horrible disaster. I had to work so much and I just did not have the time to actually tend to it, so it kind of just went the way of blight quite a lot. We didn't get much at all. So I'm definitely hoping this year, and my husband and I have been talking about it, and we'll just make sure that we are kind of tag teaming on it just to make sure that everything gets done when it needs to get done. Because summertime for me is a very, very busy time of year at work. So we're just gonna try and make it work a little better this year. Some Chernobyl tomato. Come on. There we go. Rio Grande Verde Tomatillo. And then some pineapple tomatillo. There we go. Some rainbow Swiss chard. Oak leaf lettuce, that's my husband's favorite. Some oats collards. Scarlet kale, because like, hello, it's beautiful. Lacinato dinosaur kale, I like this one because it has low oxalates. Black Russian sunflower. I don't think that's an actual picture of it because this is a picture for a lot of the sunflowers. Velvet Queen sunflower. That one is just, look at it. Oh my gosh. Red bachelor's button. Autumn beauty sunflower. Blue bachelor's button. Shirley double mix poppy. Red burgundy onion. I'm gonna get these planted today along with these white sweet Spanish. And we have some cinnamon basil and some blue spice basil. I detest basil with every fiber of my being. I think it smells and tastes like an armpit. It's revolting, but my husband loves it. So that's why I'm growing it. And I do hope to someday enjoy the basil. But for now, it's stinky feet. Okay, on to the last one, which is our Seed Savers one. And this one is definitely the largest one, at least by weight. One thing I really like about Seed Savers is that generally with most of the seeds they have, you can order them in different quantities. Like a lot of the kind of mainstream, like those two that we just did, they don't seem to have a whole lot of like just larger options. You just have to order several of the packets. And so that's what I really enjoy about Seed Savers Exchange. Like you can get like this one here, you can get this massive package here of soybeans. And these ones are organic, and I'm really looking forward to being able to grow some and make a bunch of really good like Asian style ferments and things like that. So I'm gonna sort through these and I'll bring you right back. Okay. All right, so let's go through these Seed Savers Exchange ones. And like I said, this is the soybeans, this is a gate. I don't know how to pronounce it, but there we go. And then we also have Cherokee Trail of Tears. This is like a black bean. Dragon Tongue. Wicks Lima Bean. And Henderson Bush Lima Bean. There you go. I honestly don't know if I've ever had lima beans. I've kind of been hit by the stereotype of them, and my sister insisted last year that I grow them, and I tried to grow them last year. They just did not grow, and I used all my seeds. So I had to order some more, and I'm gonna hopefully be able to try them this year. We'll see how it goes. But my garden, like I said, it really struggles with sunlight, and we're hoping to get at least a portion of it logged in time to make a difference in the garden. We'll see how it goes. All right, so we have some Westport Maycumber turnip. It says rutabaga and turnip, so I don't know which one it is. And this one, it says Karen's Family Heirloom rutabaga. If you order the larger size, any larger size packets, they tend to come in these orange ones. And then if you get just the regular packet, the standard one, it usually comes in here. We got some kohlrabi. This is Delicatesse White. I don't know how to pronounce that. A Joan rutabaga. We got Yellow of Parma onion and Esther Cook leek. There we go. We got some White Wonder cucumber, Japanese climbing cucumber, and 2 packets of Russian pickling cucumbers. Those are the ones that my dad actually recommended. And then True Lemon cucumber. We got some watermelon radish, another one, a different variety. We'll see which one I like the best. Vates collards, I accidentally ordered it here as well as MIGardener. And then Ellen Felton dark collards. We got some Burby's golden beets. I really, really enjoy golden beets, and I actually have a video on how I ferment the golden beets, and it's like a what was it, sweet and sour kraut video. I'll go ahead and link that one up there. It's one of my first videos that I did, and it's just a fermented recipe that I came up with when my dad had given me a bunch of produce, and I had to figure out something to do with it. So that's what I made with it, and it is my favorite ferment still to this day. You can just eat it right out of the jar. It is delicious. And albino beet. Lowen Family Heirloom ground cherry, and an Aunt Molly's organic golden ground cherry. This is one is the kind of the norm, the main one that most places have. So I was pretty excited to find a couple other ones that they had on there. And then we have some Danvers carrots. These ones aren't quite as stubby as the Oxheart. They're like, I think they're like this long, and they're pretty thick and round. So Martino's Roma tomato. Some Dr. Wychee's yellow tomatillo. Don't ask me why it's yellow when it's purple, but whatever. And then some monster polgy celeriac and straw flower. I love this one. My dad grows it all the time. Verbena. I got 2 Zulu Prince Daisy because they're just beautiful, and I want to make sure I have a bunch of them. And then some Jazzy Mixture Zinnia. Touch of Red Buff Calendula, Pink Surprise Calendula, and Chima Family Heirloom Poppy. That's it. That's all we have for this year. At least that's all we have for right now. That's all we have for this month. And so anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sort through these, get them put away in my bins of seeds, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started on planting the stuff that we need to start today. We're gonna be starting all the herbs, several of the flowers, the peppers seeds, and like things like celeriac and some of the other longer growing, I can't think of the name, Brussels sprouts, things like that. We're gonna be starting today. And make sure you stay tuned for that one. That will probably be the next video that comes out. Be sure to let me know down below what you guys are most excited to see from this, and I will show you me planting it and all the sorts of stuff coming up. And make sure you let me also know what you guys are excited to grow in your own garden. Give me some ideas of some things that I can maybe grow or maybe grow next year. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel down below, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.